Okay, here it goes. So, guys, this is number 2 from the assignment that we had yesterday. So, I told you guys that this one was a little bit complicated, just a little tricky. Lots of great algebra. So, I wanted to kind of go over this problem with you. Now, the first thing you need to recognize is that there's a complex root. So, I have my conjugate, 1 minus I. I have 3 roots, which means I'm going to have 3 sets of parentheses. Now make sure you give yourself plenty of room for these. Now this 0, you actually don't have to write it. I'm just going through the motions. And then this is going to be x minus. Now this is a root, so it's going to be in parentheses 1 plus I. And this is another one. So I'm going to go x minus 1 minus I. Make sure you have all those parentheses closed. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and simplify this a little bit. So that's just going to be an x. And then check this out. I'm going to distribute the negative and then regroup it. So this really cool thing is always going to happen when you have this kind of situation with these complex conjugates. I'm going to end up with x minus 1 minus I. And then I'm also going to get x minus 1. And then those two negatives are going to make a positive I. Okay? So I want you to look on the side real quickly. If I had x minus I times x plus I, when I FOIL that, I would get x squared. The inner and the outer are going to cancel each other out. So I wouldn't have a middle term, and then I'd have minus I squared. And of course, I squared is -1, so it'd be minus a -1 or x plus 1, x squared plus 1. Now, this is on the side. I call that OTS, right? So let's go back here. We're going to apply that concept to this problem. This x minus 1 is behaving like these x's. So x minus 1 is just going to be squared. So I'm going to end up with x minus 1 squared. That's the x right here. The outer and the inner are going to cancel each other out, so I don't need to worry about writing those. And I'm going to have minus I squared in parentheses. I'm going to have to FOIL out the x minus 1 squared. Now, you know Mrs. Carter has her shortcuts. So if I square the first term, oopsie, multiply these two together, I'm going to get -1x and double that. That's going to give me minus 2x, and then square the last term. And then I know that negative I squared is the same as -1. So this is going to be x times x squared minus 2x. Those are going to come together plus 2. And then I just distribute that x through, and I'm going to end up with x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x as the answer. Okay. All right. So I hope you liked the video, and I hope it helps you.